This is what you should do if you bleed through your pants in public. Disclaimer, this video is meant for everybody. It can be an educational video, it can be a helpful video for people who are on their periods, who haven't gotten their periods yet, or maybe if you're just curious, you're bored, I don't know. This happened to me literally an hour ago at the gym, and it always happens to me at the gym. It's never happened to me at school or anywhere else, it was just the gym. So this may be wanting to fuel my, it's not really anger, it's kind of like, I can't believe this happened because I know how to prevent it. So I'm gonna give you guys some tips. So first of all, when you figure out that you are bleeding, or even if your female intuition is telling you that you check or something's not right, before you go to the restroom, make sure you have tampons, pads, whatever you use. Also, if you get your period in public, this applies. Make sure you have a tampon or a pad or a Diva cup or whatever you use on hand and change, okay? And make sure wipe your underwear and your pants. So just wipe them dry. If you have extra underwear or if you have an extra change of pants, change into those before you change tampon or whatever products you guys use. And how to prevent this from happening. Let's imagine that you get your period in public. This actually happened to me in the 8th grade. I got my period near the end of school and I had this big period blood stain on my jeans, and the only reason I found out is because the girl I was walking home with, my friend at the time, she noticed because I ran away from her and there was this big splotch of blood. What else did I do? I think I just lowered my backpack so no one would see my butt because it was all over my butt. This recent period that I also had, I got it while I was running on the treadmill. Usually you can tell when you've gotten your period because you can feel it, but sometimes you don't know. Always wear a panty liner. Always have an extra pair of underwear for when you get your period in public, for the on your first day when you get it. If you already have your period, have underwear and extra clothes, because that's really helpful. Another way to prevent this, well, you can't really prevent this, is to track your period. I used to use Clue to track my period. It doesn't work for me. Now I don't even track my period. I just think, when was the last time I had my period? I should have 20 to 30 days before I get it again, and during those 10 days I'll be very cautious and I'll think to myself, oh, am I acting like a B word right now? Am I PMSing or something? Or am I being really emotional? Because usually I'm fine, but when it leads up to my period, that's when my mood shifts. I get irritated, I get rage baited a lot by anything, I cry, and that's a sign that my period's coming. If you knew this whole thing, then you know, obviously I don't remember back then, but I think when you're younger and when you first start getting your period, track your period and remember that at a very young age, when you first getting it, it's very irregular, so always be prepared. Right now, my periods have never been regular. They're always very spaced out, or they're very close together. It could happen anytime. Enjoy that first week after your period's done. Another tip is to always have a period kit, and in that kit I would have your choice of feminine hygiene products, panty liners, wipes, because if you bleed way too much and you have blood on your thighs, you probably want to wipe that. So any body wipes are fine, because as long as you don't put it in there, as long as you're only wiping like your inner thighs, that's fine, because that won't mess with your pH. Extra underwear, that's pretty much it. Just those things, pretty simple. You don't even need that much. You can just have like a little bag and it's emergency one. You can get a bigger one when you're actually on your period, so you don't have to keep refilling it. It's also always important to have extra products like in your purse or in your backpack. Just have like a tampon or a pad. It's also very helpful for other women who also need it, other women and girls who also need it, and if they ask, then you'll have it. It's always very helpful to other people. If you have extra tampons and pads, and you know, they'll accept anything. If you don't have anything, like, you can't be picky and choosy if you don't have your own products, you know. So another thing that you can use if you have really bad symptoms, like really bad period cramps, headaches, and other stuff, you can use Tylenol, but I don't really recommend it. I recommend getting something that's actually meant for menstrual pain and menstrual cramps, and that is Midol and Maxidil. I bought all three because they were marked down like $1, which is a save in this economy. So this is Maxidil. They're liquid gels. They're for fast relief from menstrual cramps, headaches, backache, migraine pain, and muscle pain. And it has You guys can read. This is what it has. I don't know if you can see that very clearly. Okay. This is good. This is Midol PMS. Fast relief from irritability, backache, bloating, breast tenderness, and it's extra strength. Right. I haven't used either of these, but I'm going to try them out. Obviously, don't use all of them at the same time. That's really bad for you, so you need to choose which one you need. Read the instructions. It has a certain amount of the pain reliever that's in most pain relievers, and if you're sick, use Tylenol. Don't use these because Tylenol, like this will take care of all of the pain that you're in if you're sick or if you're on a fever, if you have a fever. This is the main one that I use. It's just Midol Complete. It's fast relief from cramps, headaches, backaches, and bloating. This one works very well. I'm pretty sure I use about, I don't know, I think I use 2. Another good tip, if you use tampons and pads, double up if you know you have a heavy load, or if you are scared that you're going to leak. You're going to double up and you're going to use overnight pads when you up. You're going to use overnight pads, which is about like a 4 for pads, and double up with a tampon. The best part about this is the pad acts as like a safety thing, so if you need to change your tampon, you don't have to change your pad if your pad isn't really full. If they're both full, but your pants aren't bloody, then you just like saved yourself. So let me show you guys what my pads and tampons, the ones I use. I know a lot of people want to stop using pads and tampons, but I am not in the right mood or time or headspace to use a Diva Cup. I would love to use the Diva Cup. I would love to not have to buy pads, tampons forever. I would love to use period underwear, but that's just not the case for me right now. These are the overnight pads that I'm talking about. They're number 4. They're the Always brand. This is what I usually use, and it's very, very heavy. This is number 5. This is like the heaviest, extra heavy ones, and I haven't tried these, I don't think, before. But I'm excited to use them when I need them. I'm probably going to use one tonight. These are number 2 that I use for dailies. They're good for about day 3, day 4 tampons that I use. I prefer these. There's another brand that I don't really remember, but the tampons are like this big and they're not that good. And I was wearing one today, and that's the reason that I leaked, because it wasn't a heavy duty one. And then this is the number 3. It's also good for day 2, day 3. Another thing to prevent anything is to make a habit of always wearing a panty liner. And the best thing about panty liners is they always come in big packs. They can also collect discharge, so your underwear isn't bleached. They can save you if you bleed. I wasn't wearing panty liner yesterday, and there was blood on my underwear, so you could prevent that too. To track your period, I recommend tracking your period not on an app, but in a journal. Get a journal just for your period, and it'll last you forever, because you can do 1 full page and it could literally just be for 1 period cycle, and you'll be set. You can always, instead of thinking, oh, when was the last time I had my period, just look at your journal. I need to start doing that. You can track literally just when you had your period and the days that you got, which is probably like the basics, but you can also do your flow, the symptoms you're having, what your hair looks like, your stool, your mood, your energy level. That's basically what they also tell you. You can also track your activity and stuff like that. Another tip, drink lots of water and try to avoid caffeinated drinks, because that makes you dehydrated. If you guys were ever taught grade 11 for bio, it makes you dehydrated. So, I mean, I'm not going to stop anyone, but just drink a bunch of water and your period will be like 2-3 days, and that's happened to me. I know people whose periods last a whole week and they don't drink that much water. It's probably because they're dehydrated and they don't have enough energy for their endometrium lining to, freaking fall because their body's too busy like doing other stuff to function. A controversial take, and my last one, I treat period days as unwell days, not sick days, unwell days, because first of all, I am unwell. My period cramps hurt too. I'm irritable, so obviously I'm not in the right headspace to be social with anyone. I just want to, this is just me, but I don't want to be around anyone when I'm really in pain, and like it takes a lot of courage for me to just like be okay with going out and stuff. I use my period as an excuse to get tiramisu from Safeway, eat a bunch of junk food, and just lay down in bed and do nothing. You know, whatever works for you. Like, you're on your period, you should be able to, you should listen to your body and do what you want. But I also recommend moving around. Like, go on a walk, go up, do some things. It can also help you distract yourself. Thank you guys for watching. I hope someone found this video useful. Let's hope no one leaks through their pants ever again.